high speeds, a fatal wrong turn, weather conditions, a dismissed iceberg warning, and a lack of binoculars and lifeboats all contributed to one of the worst maritime tragedies. You all know the story of the Titanic. It was the biggest luxury cruise liner at the time. The year was 1912, and tragically it sank 4 days after leaving on its maiden voyage, bound for New York City. Hey everybody, today I'm going to share something really cool with you. I bet you never thought that the Titanic, a ship that sank over 100 years ago, would have so many lessons for us here today about how to make sure that you never miss warning signs when it comes to red flags in your relationships. So keep watching. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, what was the first problem with the Titanic? It was traveling too fast. Are you in such a hurry to be coupled up that you aren't using your critical thinking skills? The best thing to do is to make sure that you aren't zeroing in on a particular person, because once you get so attached to the outcome and you're so determined that this one guy should be the one, you can miss obvious signs that the relationship is going to be loaded with problems and lots of red flags. And you're going to miss them if you're rushing into something. Instead, what you can do is zero in on the feelings that you want to feel when you're with the person of your dreams. Not the name of that particular person, the feeling, the ideal. Number 2, the Titanic radio operator dismissed a key iceberg warning. He apparently thought it was not important and he ignored it. So let me ask you, are you ignoring warning signs of protection? If somebody is really out of alignment with your purpose and your calling, there will be insurmountable blocks. It will be like kung fu chop, no, block, 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 block. And they don't come out of nowhere. In the early stages of your relationship, you will get a feeling, or maybe you've already gotten a feeling, that something is not quite right for you. So what do you do then? My best advice is to sit down and be honest with yourself about the real reason you want something that is not flowing so easily to you. About the real reason that you want something that has all these blocks. And when you get the answer, try not to deny it to yourself. This ties into the next reason people miss God's universal protection. The Titanic crew sailed during the icy winter, a time when nature had increased the tides and conditions were hazy. Timing is a big thing that people wonder about. So let me ask you, are you setting sail at the right time? Are you trying to kindle a relationship at the wrong time? The right time is when it's right for both of you. And a lot of people don't think about the fact that relationships involve somebody else's soul path, their destiny too. And sometimes, we get sometimes we get uneasy about things not moving in a relationship because it feels like a loss of control over an aspect of your life that's very dear to your heart. But if the timing isn't right, and you can tell because the relationship or situationship will stall. Number 4, some of the parts that held the ship together were weak. So when it hit the iceberg, it broke apart easily. So if at the time you meet somebody, you're at a different place frequency-wise, you will always miss each other. It will cause a weak connection. For example, if you're vibrating up here, let's say you've been doing a lot of healing and the other person is vibrating down here, or let's say the other person has done work on themselves and they're vibrating up here, but you haven't done a lot of healing work. You still have some forgiveness you need to do. You're still carrying old resentments and you're like feeling shame, guilt, embarrassment. Your vibration is going to be lower. And so you guys will miss each other. But if you come together at a time when you both have a lot of lessons to learn, you may actually attract one another because you're mirroring each other and you have similar things that need to be healed. And that can actually make for a strong connection. If you're on a similar vibrational frequency, you will attract somebody that's on your same frequency. And that can be pleasant and challenging at the same time. What I would suggest is to keep your eyes wide open in this case. There is room for a lot of healing to occur for both parties in this type of circumstance, because relationships are ground zero for self-awareness and for healing. And it can happen. Both souls can grow as long as both individuals are really willing to investigate their shadows and do the work. Number 5, the Titanic operator allegedly got confused and turned the wrong way when he hit that iceberg. And this is how you can get confused and end up going the wrong way, missing your red flags. You can get confused when you ask other people for their opinion before completing your own soul searching. Everybody has opinions from their own unique history, values, their own beliefs. And even if your BFF and you have a similar outlook on life, she or he has their own individual history, their own soul path, and their own lessons to learn. So you have to focus on your own highest path, your own personal lessons, and your own intuition. Because otherwise you won't be able to hear your own heart and mind if it's telling you there are red flags and you need to walk away. And finally, number 6, the lookouts had no binoculars. So let me ask you, are you able to see clearly, or are there factors that are clouding your view? So many people are seeing the world through somebody else's eyes. If you are being influenced by people whose opinion you really care about, then you won't be able to make decisions from your heart center. What will my coworkers say? What will the people at church say? What will my old college friends say? What will my friends and parents say about this? What do they want from me? If you're having those kinds of worries, you might be carrying somebody else's energy and seeing the world through their point of view. It's like wearing somebody else's glasses. And when you do that, you're making choices from their point of view, not your own. And you will start to care about things that otherwise would not matter to you. And it's good to care about what people think, unless you're a sociopath. But to make a decision with consideration for others' judgments and opinions, and not from your heart center, is a sure sign that you are seeing the world through someone else's eyes besides your own. But you never should make decisions and choices from this place. You will be on a Concorde jet flight to red flag land. So protect yourself, guard your heart and your mind, and stay aware of all the ways that the universe is trying to steer you towards the love that you want and deserve. If you have any experience with these warning signs, please let me know in the comments. Let's start a conversation. As always, I thank you for watching. And if you have enjoyed this message and you haven't yet, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel and get more positive, uplifting messages every week. Until next time, bye.